So today I'm at the 7-Eleven on Pattaya Thai Road. I think there's a rumour this is the biggest 7-Eleven in Pattaya. And really it's between Pattaya and Jomtien. So I'm gonna have a coffee and a cake and a little chat. Let's go in and see what they do. Two different ways in. Toilets around the back, I know that because I've already been. Then, ooh, straight into pastries, look. Almond twist. That would do me. Golden heart, looks like cheese. And that kind of looks like it could be an egg custard or something, or lemon meringue, but it is a double cheese. Savoury, so all kind of savoury on this side. Here we got custard egg tarts, 4 for 80 baht, and then you've got there's some pastry things there. Look, mini blueberry muffins, cakes, cinnamon bun. I'll have one of them, I think. I'll have that one. Glass of Danish. Looks like it could be apple pie. Individual egg tarts. Cinnamon snail. Complete cakes. Or you can have a milk cream layer. That looks quite nice, doesn't it? Milk cream layer. Chocolate. And people who know me know my saying, there's too much chocolate in chocolate. Apart from that, it actually isn't very big inside really. It's got a coffee place there. You can get coffee and you can get food. I've seen them, they make up food, look. Make up food and you just pick it up if you want. Oh, these meals are 40, 45 baht, 50 baht rice and a chicken or whatever. I get them sometimes because 7-Eleven is 24 hours, that's the great thing. So service convenience is pretty amazing. 24/11, 24/7 service. Everything else, it's all pretty standard, isn't it? Let's have a little look upstairs at the seating area, shall we? If you want to sit in the aircon. As I say, the shop isn't that big really, yeah? It's a bit bigger than most, I guess. There's your seating area. Toilets upstairs. I parked my scooter down the road further where I got a quote on insurance, which I'll talk to you about slightly in a little bit. Okay. Right, what should we get then? Coffee and what? There we are, so that's what I settled for in the end. I've got a cappuccino, hot cappuccino, and a cinnamon snail. What are we going to talk about today? As always with my videos, it's unplanned, but like most of us, we're thinking every day. Thinking about life, all sorts of things. And me now, I'm in retirement, and I don't have a base anywhere to live. I'm thinking about where I'm going to make that base. So, probably picked up all that crankling of the paper. As the title says, what would you do? Official UK retirement age, 65, 66 I look now. I'm past that as well, I'm 68. Came to Thailand for a 3-week plus holiday when I was actually actively looking to buy something in Spain. I'd been in Spain a few months, and it was getting more and more expensive because it was November time. It was, you know, £100 a night accommodation. £100 a night, it's all right when you're on holiday. It's still expensive when you're on holiday, but when you're on holiday it's not so bad. But if you break that down monthly, it's 3,000 UK pounds a month. That's more rent than I was paying in Soho when I left central Soho. When was that? That was 2 years ago. So I had a couple of mates here on holiday, and they're like, why don't you come over to Pattaya? And I'd made that vow that I didn't want to come back to Pattaya at all. Quite a lot I didn't like about it when I last came here, probably 10 years ago. Anyway, I came for a holiday, had a flight return booked, and I didn't go back. I met Welsh boy Webby, good lad, great lad. Set me up. I don't know how noisy that was, 2 noisy motorbikes. Set me up with a guy for a condo, and set me up basically in no time at all, and I just went for it for my retirement visa. So now I've been here just over a year. Okay, that's the recap. I'm now in a position where I can buy something somewhere. I could buy a condo here, leasehold. Probably spend the modern ones, I think you spend 60, 70, 80,000 roughly for a 1-bed condo. Maybe even get 2-bed for that. I haven't even researched this, I'm just going off the top of my head. I think, let's say you spend 100,000 UK pounds here, you get a very, very nice condo, which you own leasehold, and the leasehold, I believe, I don't know, I think it's 75 years, but maybe when you own a condo, lease it, it's longer than that. Leasehold in the UK is 999 years often, isn't it? You can't buy villas here because you can't own the land. Most people know about that. A Thai person or a Thai company has to own the land, so that's out. Having said that, I am still thinking of renting a villa for at least 6 months. So 100,000 here, you get something stunning. Back in the UK, I was looking at Didcot, Oxfordshire, where my daughter lives. Spent quite a bit of time last night looking. 300,000, you get an absolute rubbish crap. In comparison, you know, ex-council place in the big council estate in Didcot, or a tiny little 2-bed house on the modern developments there. And when I say rubbish, I just mean in comparison. You know, in comparison to what you can get somewhere else. 300,000 in Didcot, not a lot. Yes, I could go up the north of England. Don't really want to do that. If I'm 2, 3, 4 hours away in the north of England, the cost of getting down on the train now is crazy. So, you know, I might as well be in Spain, which is the other place I'm still seriously thinking of buying. And I think you don't have to spend more than £100,000 in Spain, but you can do. For £100,000 you get a little flat condo. Probably get 2-bed, 2-bath, some areas, not far from the sea. I don't need to be on the sea as such. If I was living in Spain, I don't feel that's a massive thing to me. Don't use the sea much here. If you're 15, 20 minutes drive, half an hour's drive from the sea and you're in Spain, it's fine, it's perfect, I think. As long as you either got a communal pool, or some of the things I've looked at in Albox and Arborellis, I've looked at, you can get 2, 3 bedroom detached villas, 2 bathroom with its own swimming pool. You can get them for under 300,000, sometimes 200, 250,000. So when you compare that, you know, I would definitely be spending more money in Spain than I'd be spending in Thailand. And of course it would cost me more to live in Spain than it would cost me in Thailand. My yearly rent here, which I've been through before, my yearly rent is, I think it was 4,200. My yearly utilities, now there's a massive thing. I heard on, I was watching talk radio or something, money saving supermarket guy. The average yearly electric standing charge, not what you use, just your standing charge, your average electric standing charge in the UK is somewhere around £300 a month. It's frothy, man. That's before you use it. So my total, I only have 2 utility bills here, my water and my electric. And yearly, that was just under £800. So £5 all in rent, everything's done here. You might as well just stay here and live here. I could live here easily another 5 years. And the only reason that that's might not be a possibility, although it still might, is I'm just too far away from family. And my family is my daughter and my grandson. Christmas time, if I had a place in Spain, she's busy this Christmas, but she would pop over at some point. She could come to Spain for a long weekend, 3 days. You can't come to Thailand for 3 days. Oh, bloody noise. I'm going to keep this rolling because I'm on a bit of a roll with my thought process. And I get most people, a lot of people, and I do half think this way, say, think about yourself, don't worry about her. And the one thing I thought of recently is, I could buy a place or move back to the UK, which I don't think I'll probably live in the UK again. Ever? I don't know, but not the next 5 years. And I don't want to be in a care home in the UK, because my dad was paying £5,000 a month, just over, and I can be putting one here for about 1,500 a month. So let's say it ends up being 2,000 a month here, it's still going to be 6,000 or 7,000 in the UK, even in a year's time or 2 years' time. So I've made that clear. Don't be putting me in a care home if I have a stroke or something back in the UK. Leave me in Thailand. Lost my track there, didn't I? Where else was I talking about? Yeah, so the big thing is I could go back, be closer to my daughter, whether it be Europe or UK, and then out of the blue, young people, they say, oh, by the way, Dad, I'm going to go and live up in the north of England. I'm going to go and emigrate to Australia. I'm going to emigrate, whatever. So that's always a possibility. So you really do have to be a little bit selfish and think about yourself. And if you totally think about yourself, then it's very, very positive to Thailand. And I'm still 5 miles out of Pattaya. I still haven't travelled that much. And I'm of an age where I don't really want to travel. So some people have still said, oh, why don't you go here, there, everywhere? I don't really want to, and Pattaya City has everything you could imagine and more. It's not just spa girls. So I'm very happy living in Jomtien. But I think I might like to try and live in a little villa rather than a condo block. Maybe less facilities, but that's okay. So yeah, that's the thing. What would you do? Would you spend, let's say, £100,000 in Thailand, which, as long as you've got a Thai will, when you do pop your clogs, my daughter would be able to sell it eventually, but the resale and price going up is not very good in Thailand. £200,000 in Spain, you get somewhere pretty stunning for that if you go a little bit again away from the beach areas, away from the touristy areas. You certainly can't be in Barcelona or Madrid or anything. That's the same prices as central London. Or 300,000 in I'm already thinking dark and dingy UK. Dark and dingy and cold UK. Even this summer, the UK had a terrible summer. I went back for about 4 or 5 weeks, I think, in end of June through July. I did go off to Lanzarote, took my family to Lanzarote for 2 weeks. So yeah, what would you do? Here's another thing. In Thailand, my state pension at the moment would be frozen. Once I become a tax resident here, I wouldn't get my yearly increases. And I'd have to pay for life insurance. I'm actually going to do a separate video on that. I've had a couple of decent quotes now, proper quotes from reliable people that I've researched. At the moment I'm self-insuring. Anyway, this isn't about medical, this is about where would you live? Would you live in the UK for 300,000? And I know you can see you can live in the UK for less than that. But the cheapest little one bed flat, horrible little one bed flat, on a modern estate leasehold is probably 200,000 in the Didcot area. And I would, if I go back there, I'd have to be somewhere close to, my daughter lives in that area, my sister lives in that area, I've got relations, other relations sit quite close to there, so that's where I'd go back, that's what I'm faced with. 200,000 minimum in the UK, or for a pokey little studio or one bed. 200,000 in Spain for something really nice, quite palatial. If it's just a flat, condo, 24-hour security, you could do that. If you want your own place, detached, independent, you might have to pay 250,000 or 100,000 in Thailand. What would you do? Answers on a postcard. Thanks for watching. So yeah, that's Thailand. I'd always have to pay for insurance. And amazingly, some people say, oh, that can't be the case, why would they do that? But as a British passport holder, once you get your state pension, you can get an S1 form. I think it's S1 or SI form. And that entitles you to like the NHS healthcare in Spain free, as it would in England. Maybe it wouldn't cover, or there's delays for other sorts of big things, but you don't need to have your standard medical insurance, which is another big plus. Oh, and also in Spain you get your yearly pension increase, and last year that was it's about £100 a year. I think my state pension went up. So if you're in a country 5 years or longer, £100 a year, it's going to be a lot of money at the end of the day. Thailand, you've got to pay for your health cover. In Thailand, you don't get your state pension increases. In Spain, you do, and in the UK, you do. There's another thing to take into account before you make that big decision. And I can't bloody make it. That's my problem. Yeah, and always, as always with me, just one last thought. I know loads of you are going to say, go to this country, go to that country. You have to take into account, I'm 68. Next year, I'll be 69. I don't actually enjoy travelling anymore. I don't want to keep travelling, and I certainly don't want to travel to a country I've never been to before. And it might be beautiful, I don't know, but I feel that I'm done with travelling and exploring. That's why I know Spain quite a lot. I've actually got friends who live in Spain also. So one of the areas I'm considering, I've got a handful of friends that live in that area or close to it. And to me now that's important. Bulgaria, they say, is beautiful. Never been, no interest to go. Doesn't matter how beautiful. And I'm not really looking for the cheapest place either. I'm looking for somewhere I might be happy. And the big problem with that is all the entertainment and everything else that goes on here, it would be similar to living, not really Benidorm, but in a big city. Benidorm, I could never live there. And that's a bit of a snob thing, isn't it? Even though I'm quite close to Pattaya. But living near a big city in any areas of Spain would also cost you a lot more than living here. But yeah, I don't want to explore any more countries. Always wanted to go to the Philippines, Bali, Costa Rica, Panama. Always wanted to. Right now, I don't think I ever will, and I'm okay with that. I've lived in Thailand for 1 year already. I've done okay. I'm done with my travelling. Trying to find somewhere to live.